Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Oddly Satisfying by PjoeterBliep. So we have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules, which means in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have duality here, so our clues are both arrows and parity lines. So our clues are going to have to meet both, not just or, but they have to meet both constraints at once. So the first constraint is that they are arrows. This means that every circle has an arrow coming out of it, and the digits on the arrow sum to the value in the circle. So if this was 2, 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, we'd put a 5 here. Now note, this is just two overlapping arrows. We have two arrows coming out of that circle. That means that this sums the same as this, which it goes here. So this was 2, 3, 5. We could do, say, maybe 1, 4 here. 2 plus 3 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. It's not the sum of all four of them. All right. In addition to that, the arrows are also parity lines, which includes the circle. So what we do is starting somewhere, say this was even, say it was a 2, that would make it even. The next one would have to be odd, which would be a 3. And then the next one would have to be even, which would be maybe a 4. So we go even, odd, even. Now that doesn't fulfill our arrow, but I'm not trying to do the arrow right now. But keep in mind that this wouldn't actually work. It does work for the alternating parity. Parity is just the property of a digit being even or odd. It does work for alternating parity, but it does not work for the arrow. 2 plus 3 is not 4. So you have to fulfill both for this to be valid. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. All right, the first thing I'm noting is that because these are parity lines, even, odd, even doesn't actually work. Because an even, this is always going to be an even plus an odd. And an even plus an odd is always odd. If you want to, there's a lot of ways to think about this, but one really handy way to think about this when you're dealing with this kind of puzzle is an even preserves parity and an odd flips parity. So if you're summing an even number, you keep the same parity. An even plus an even is even, an odd plus an even is odd. If you use an odd, it flips the parity. So an odd plus an odd is even, and an odd plus an even is odd. So odd plus even is always odd. That makes this odd, which we then can come back and say that's even and that's odd. So we can do that for this and this as well. So these are all odd and these are even. And then these are 3 longs. So I'm not sure. We could think about it. Let's see. Oh, there's something easier I can do. This is roping. So whatever digits go here, this is true in any 6x6 using standard boxes. Whatever these 3 digits are, they need to go in this box somewhere, and they can't repeat in the row. So these are the only 3 cells that can take those digits. So if this was, for example, 1, 2, 3, these can't be 1, 2, or 3. So the 1, 2, 3 go down here, and they go in some order. We don't know what order, but this is going to be 1, 2, and 3. Now we know in this row here, there's 2 odds. We know down here there's 1 even. So the even needs to end up here, and then the 2 odds need to end up down here. And that hits our parity line here. So this is even, this is also even, and this is odd. Okay, well this adds to an even number. The smallest I could do is 1, 1 here and a 2 here, which adds to 4. So this is 4 or 6. Maybe I should think about this guy. Can any of these be 3? 1 plus 3 and 2? Yeah, okay. Let's think about this guy. So these two are the same parity as each other because this is in between. If they were both even, they would have to be 2, 4, and that already adds to 6. So no matter what this is, even a 1, that's going to add to 7. That's too big for this guy. So they can't be even. They must both be odd. That makes this even and this even. And I think it has to add to 6 because the minimum odd is 1, 3. That adds to 4, but this can't be a 1 because it has to be even. So the minimum is 2. And 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. So this is a 2 and this is a 6. That makes this 4, which makes this double 1 and 2. The 1 makes this 3 and 1. Nice, good progress here. This is a 5. These add to 5. I'll take care of that in a second. What else can I do here? This is 2 or 6. This is a 2. This can't be 5. It has to be odd, and it can't be 5 because 5 plus 2 is 7. And it can't be 3. So this is 1, and that's 3. All right, 3 in the corner, celebrating. This is a 3 or 5, so is this. It's odd, and it's not a 3. So that's 5, and that's 3. The rest of this box is even. Do we know the order? No, it's a 4, 6 pair. Do I want to come back to this 5? Oh yeah, this definitely isn't a 6. It's on an arrow. So that's 2, 3 to add to 5. Meaning this can't be 5 because it has to add to 5, and this can't be 3. So this is a 1, 4. All right. This has to be 2. That is that digit. So this is a 5. These are all both 5, 6s, and we know the order here. That's 6 and that's 5. So that's even and that's odd. So this is 5, 6, and that's not a 5. Sorry, that's not a 6, so it is a 5. That makes that 6 and 5, and that 4 and 6. So that's even, that's odd. This is even, and it's a 4. That makes this even, and it's a 4. And then down here, we need 3 and 6. Surprisingly not resolved. Okay. 1 in this box can only go here. We had this one looking in. These two ones look up. That finishes this column with a 4. Here we need 5, 6. The 5 tells us the order, so that's even and that's odd, because we know that's 6 and 5. That's the reason I know. That's 3 and 6, so that's odd and that's even. We have another 3 in the corner celebrating. And then finally here we need 2 and 3, so this is odd, this is even. This is our 2, and this is our 3. Very nice. All right, cool puzzle, PjoeterBliep. I really liked the parity logic there. Really, really forced. The arrows are super forced when they have to alternate even odd, especially because you're including the circle in that, which, yeah, forced quite a bit. All right, cool. Well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.